Parallel freeway 1 mile. Parallel freeway 1/2 mile. Parallel freeway 1/4 mile. Parallel freeway 1/8 mile. Parallel freeway 1/16 mile. Parallel freeway 1/32 mile. Parallel freeway 1/64 mile. Parallel freeway 1/128 mile. Parallel freeway 1/256 mile. Parallel freeway 1/512 mile. We've just passed Antelope Freeway.
This is Dale Matthews. One of the things we do at BadCounty.com is tell you about county services for which you pay year after year after year, but are guaranteed never, ever to receive. One example is public access television. I'm a television producer, so I know what I'm talking about here. In the county, they call it the PEG account, which stands for the Public Education and Government Fund. You pay into it, but nothing comes out. Yes, it's against the law, but the county just keeps the money. I talked a while back with my friend Liz Irish. We were in a pizza parlor, and she wanted to know all about the bidding process to perform this service, or actually not perform any service.
And I would not like to see anything outside of Josephine County broadcast on a Josephine County public access channel.
I agree. And recently what happened was we've been having these town halls where people get up and talk about a variety of issues. We're going to have one about mining and that kind of thing. And we were told that we had to move that because RVTV has sold time to ODOT to run on our channel. We have to bid, we have to pay money to run things on our own channel.
That's nauseating.
Well, that's because they're selling the time or giving it away to whoever they want to on our channel.
So we're paying them for the channel, and then they're selling the time that we've paid for the channel already.
That's right.
And
I'd rather that they just put up a clock or go black. You know, instead of putting other why are other people's things on there? For a long time, they were running radio stations on there. Now, you know, you figure if you're a radio station ad salesperson, you would say, hey, not only does it play on a radio station, it actually plays on public access channels. You know, look at the extra advertising you're getting. They don't do that now because people complain. I wrote a letter into the editor of the Daily Courier, as I said the last time I did that, and it said, RVTV is running infomercials on our channel. They edited my letter to the editor to they changed my letter to the editor to read, RVTV is running programs on our public access channel. Well, there's a news alert. Programs. They changed it.
Are they allowed to change the letters to the editor?
Apparently so. That's the Daily Courier.
Ugh.
Yeah, so, you know, there was no point to what I was saying. They're running programs? Well, everybody knows they were. Okay, so this thing about not running on time. RVTV said, well, the Daily Courier doesn't like us, and that's just their explanation. They don't like us, and that's why they don't put on what time your Boatnik thing is going to be on, if we ever had that on there. No, it's not because the Daily Courier doesn't like them. It's because they never play anything on time, or very rarely, unless it's live. And so the Courier's not going to put in there, look at Wednesday at 7 as I did, if it's not going to play.
No.
All right, so one last chance. So I go in and I'm talking with the commissioners back when Jim Riddle was one of the commissioners. And I'm saying, you know, here's the big problem. They never play anything on time. And Jim Riddle's saying, well, why don't you give him another chance? I said, look, I've given him plenty. Well, give him another chance. Why don't you give him another chance, huh? Well, you won't give him another chance? Give him another chance. Come on. Huh? I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He was like badgering me, yeah. I mean, really, he was. He was badgering me.
Again, I think we have a problem with commissioners talking to the public in a manner in which my children would get in trouble for talking to another human being.
Yeah.
I think, you know, all of this stuff is huge. I think PEG is huge. I think them spending money on replacing vehicles is huge. I think all of this stuff is huge. And what's even worse is they don't even have the decency to smile and speak to you politely while they're cramming it down your throat.
So I was kind of on the spot there. You know, what should a good Christian person do? You probably should I don't know about turn the other cheek, but at least you give the guys a chance. And Pete Belcastro, who was in charge of RVTV at the time, he was saying, well, our records show we always play everything on time. Well, you don't, Pete, because I've never... Anyway, so I went to my church, and I was one of the 2 directors for television stuff over at Parkway Christian Center. And every week we do 2 live internet broadcasts, webcasts. And then we'd end up with a DVD, which people like to have to take home if they miss something or they want to send it to a relative. And so I convinced them, why don't you give me a stack of about 7 or 8 of these, and then we'll have RVTV put them on there. And I had to bid for a time and pay for it, right, on our own channel. And I got Sunday at 3 o'clock, same day, but 3 o'clock. And I gave them ones from the past. So we wouldn't have to worry about the time lapse, because getting it over there on a Sunday at the same day. So I gave them a big stack. So the first day that came up, we were supposed to play, it didn't play on time. Okay. And a lot of people at the church were watching it, or trying to watch it. Didn't play on time, played late. Second time, it played early. Now, keep in mind, this is just a matter of pressing a few buttons. It's not like you have to physically go over there and do it at 3 o'clock and press it. You just press a few buttons on the computer and it tells it when to play. Right. And then the third time it was the wrong show. And the fourth time it didn't play at all. I don't know, maybe the third time not at all and the fourth time it was too early. But anyway, the point was it never played right. Never played
and
right.
you had to bid for it on top of it.
That's
so
right.
you
Had to pay
paid
for
for the space that you should have been given free.
Yes.
On top of it. So you weren't even asking to just do something as it normally should have been handled. You paid them on top of it.
After 5 weeks of this and never right, what does it take to get a church mad at you? This is Parkway Christian Center, a big church. What does it take to get a whole church mad at you? The management there said, get them all back. They've never done it right. Just get them back. So I did. And what they said afterwards was that our records, once again, our records show they always played on time. And maybe it's your church members who've got it wrong. RVTV is not providing the public access. It's not providing the equipment that we need in order to do things. And so the county commissioners are happy.
I think you're onto something. It's just like the city council when they weren't having their meetings broadcast. Oh my goodness, if everybody really saw what was going on, maybe there would be more questions.
Right.
We've just passed Antelope Freeway.